Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, and again, good morning. This is Encounters, the morning edition. I'm CmdrAleon. We are amped up. It's a sunny day here in southern Connecticut, in southern New England. It's really sunny out today. Finally. Hey, Marinette, good to see you. I just got done producing our Ashtar Command Q&A video for tonight. I just posted it on my main page and sent it out over TikTok. So it'll be fresh. We're going to reach a lot of people. So I tagged it to a lot of different tags. You'll see it. And I just produced it like within the last 15 minutes. So it's well produced. And I think a lot of people will be watching tonight. Our special edition with April and myself with the Ashtar Command, which I represent. And April is also with the Ashtar Command. And we're going to tonight have Q&A. Our space family, which is April's family, her physical cosmic family are on the ship. My father, Commander Robar, and Luna, my mother, on the ship. And my two sisters and brother, they are also on the ship, and others of the command will be watching our show tonight and being participants in our program. So tonight, hey Chesno, good to see you, brother. Hey Kit Kat, and it's going to be a great show. The things that have happened are, well, I'm now able to hear them speak on my earbuds. I've heard them speak English and respond very in a very calm voice through her other phone. So when April and I are on together, she has a separate phone in which they can communicate with us from the ship. And if you've been watching April's broadcast, she's been educating people a lot about the different things that are going on with our Christed brothers and sisters that are on the ships. And definitely, so hey, Chesno, definitely a space base. I would say it's definitely an Ashtar Command base. At this point, the Ashtar Command has set its base up on the mountains in northern Vermont. Uncle, hey, good evening. Peace and respect to you as well. Tamika, everybody finding our show this morning. I'm purposely trying to get on in the mornings to reach more people. Killa Kells, good morning. I know there's a lot of new people coming in here finding the show. You've heard about it. It's the hottest spiritual UFO talk show on social media, and including major media, which has nothing to do with any of this stuff. Hey, Courtney. Cherry, good morning, Shorty ABN88. We are totally amped up. It's nice to see the sun breaking out here. We've had so much rain. It's good to see I love the sun. King My, welcome. Hey, Alicia, good to see you. Good to see you. So we're going to have a great show tonight. And we have some things. Hey, Taz. April is going to present a lot of new information on the Ashtar Command show. Oh, hold on a minute. Nope, we're not doing that. Do you see UFOs around the world got through to James Fox and has an interview with him in May? I didn't. I didn't know. I know I've interviewed UFOs around the world, and that's great. The more, the better. The more, the better. Um, it's a good thing. Anything that collaborates people with each other is always a beautiful thing. So good for him for doing that. And also, again, like I said, tonight is going to be a really important night because we will have that Q&A session. And April will be participating with me to educate people regarding what's happening, where we're going. April 13th, next Saturday night, the weather conditions are going to be partly clear during the day, partly clear during the night, which is perfect. And we're going to be going live on the 13th at 8 p.m. as it gets to be dark. We're going to be gathering our Ashtar Command C5 group. This will be our first gathering for the year, but this is going to be the most special gathering, I think, to begin the year with the Ashtar Command. And I know Chesno will be there with us up in the apple orchard. We're going to actually videotape and document 7 Ash Turkoman spaceships. And you heard me right, 7 Ash Turkoman spaceships. And my friend Athena in California had a confirmation all the way out there. She's been with the Ash Turkoman. She's in her 70s. She's been a direct communicator with Commander Ashtar for years. And they have confirmed, yes, there will be 7 spaceships that will be recording. Now, in terms of how high up these ships will be, I cannot even tell you that. But I know that we're in for a big surprise that night, okay? We're in for an extremely big surprise. I don't know what the not true person's all about. Anna Brown Lovett, I'm not sure what she's saying not true. That came out of nowhere. So we'll see where she's going with her consciousness there. Let's see. How do you identify it from a plane or any aviation vehicles? The spaceships are going to be bigger. They don't have wings on them. Uh, the ships will be very apparent. I've seen spaceships since the 60s. I've seen 2 big spaceships in the 80s that were not planes or conventional aircraft. I'm very trained in C5. I know what to look for between a satellite, an Air Force jet, a helicopter. So there's not one thing I haven't seen in my generational experiences regarding this. Let's see here. Good morning, Alexander the Great. Good to see you. And if anybody has any questions, I certainly will entertain them. I can answer most galactic questions. I'm fully awake and fully conscious. I know my thing. I know my stuff. So there's certain things maybe I can't answer depending on the question, but for most parts, I can answer the question. And so that's what the commander does. If you're new to the show, I work with the Ashtar Command, which are the space people, the star people, the cosmic people of, and Prosperity has a question about April 8th. I'll definitely get to your question. I've been working with the Ashtar Command before there was anything called an internet. So the difference is with me, I didn't depend on the internet to learn about the Ashtar Command. I am the Ashtar Command. I am one of the representatives that came here to Earth with the Ashtar Command. I own channel. I don't have pendulums. I don't have a crystal ball up here. I don't have cards throwing in the air. I give you the real information here, and I bust the matrix. So I'm here to educate people, and I'm here to bust the 3D belief systems. I don't embrace the 3D belief systems. I'm here to break the 3D belief systems. Why did I see a cluster of red orbs moving past LAX? Hey, I think it's KOVEX, the producer. The only thing I can say is you probably are supposed to see them. It was probably for you to see those. Now, maybe other people saw them individually in other places, but when you see something like that, look at it in a way where you're supposed to see them. That was your experience, you see, and that's the beautiful part. You're saying, why was I seeing this? And if you saw those orbs, you were supposed to see them. That was for you to see. They're saying, here we are. You now see us. What are you going to do? What they're saying is, okay, this is us. You have now the time to reflect on us, meditate, and communicate with us. So now the question is, are you willing to meditate in Christ consciousness and communicate with them and make that communications not only visual, but find out where they're from, who they are, and see where that goes. I would actually do the meditations and try to initiate communications with them on a telepathic basis. I knew that right off the bat when you mentioned what you had experienced. I knew that right off the bat. In terms of prosperity, April 8th, I don't read into it too much. I'm looking at it as a galactic period of transformation. From my perspective, I've looked at all these people with their TikTok videos about April 8th, and they all have agendas, every one of them. What I'm getting, it made your eyes water. So it made you feel like you were going to cry. And I need to, would you like to come on a show here? Would you like to, Key O Vex, the producer, would you like to come on the show live right now? I'd like to, it's better for me to converse with you on the program. All you have to do is I'll send you the request here. And we have Dawn. I'm going to see if Dawn will definitely find out what you wish to ask in here. I really do. And if you turn your camera on, that would be great. Do you know how to use the camera? Let me bring the volume up. Are you there? Oh, there you go. Hey, good morning.
Oh,
It's
good
great to have
morning, sir.
welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you on here. So tell us where you're from, LA.
It's
Whoops, we're having some
Los Angeles, yes,
TikTok.
sir.
What? Great. So tell us, how do you pronounce your name?
Kiovis.
Kiovis. Nice to
Kiovis.
meet you, Kiovis. Now, when did you have this happen with the orbs? Can you tell us, our viewers, when that happened?
It was 4:30, April 30th, 2020.
2020. Wow. Okay, so tell us what happened in that experience when you did see that.
I have a video. I have a video on. I have a video on YouTube. I caught them. Actually taped them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you taped them, and what was your experience when? How long did that last? The sighting? We're having a little bit of a
Approximately
glitch on TikTok.
about an hour, literally. About an hour. So what
No.
happened was I was coming from the studio and I was pulling out an app and I was about to make a left turn. And when I was about to make the left turn, I looked up in the sky and I just seen a cluster of orbs. It was hundreds of them. They were just moving. I was like, hold up, what the hell is this? What am I seeing? Then I thought I was going through my mind. I was saying, are those helicopters? No sound. Are those airplanes? No sound. They were just moving slow and smoothly. Once they got above me, they disappeared. So I was about to continue my drive. Then I just seen a line of them start to come. It was lines of them. They were moving literally. They were like separated distance. Some stopped, watched the other ones go, and they just continuously went by. And as they got near me, they started to disappear. I literally have video. My video on YouTube is Money Biz Mars. That's my YouTube channel, Money Biz Mars. And them the only two videos I have on there. And I caught these things live. I tried to upload them on TikTok, but I couldn't. But I took snapshot pictures of them and posted the pictures on TikTok. So you can go on my TikTok and look at those pictures. And you can see that these are red orbs and they are literally fiery red. They were fiery red. And sometimes they're dim out to be like a star. They're dim to be like just pure white. All you see is white and red, like the picture you have above you, like at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the color.
Yeah.
That's the color.
Yeah. Now, did you in 2020, after that happened, I would, like anything else, that would certainly make an impression on your consciousness. Did you have any kind of telecommunications or telepathy contact with the intelligences that you were seeing in these orbs that were going by in space in the sky above you?
Actually, I just really was going through my thoughts, and it's to this day it still bothers me. I still question like what was I seeing? What was I seeing? But when you said that it was only meant for me to see, I felt that because it was people literally walking down the street and I'm screaming, what the hell is that? And I'm pointing up in the sky and nobody even looked, you know what I'm saying? And then some people literally came out their house because I was saying it so loud and she was like, oh my God, what is that? So you even hear her in the video saying the same thing and she called her family out and her family was like, oh my God, what are we seeing?
But you were the energy, like, as I read your energy, if you're new to the show, I read people's energy because I'm not from this planet. And you had a profound experience that you've never forgotten since 2020, right?
Ever. But that's not my only experience with the seeing these things. Like, say for instance, around 2021, people were saying that we have another body up in the sky that came into play.
Yes. Right, starseed.
Exactly. Well, me and my kid, it was like 4:30 in the evening. The sun was out, it was a clear sky, and it was only one It was the sun, and it was this one light up in the sky. So I'm gonna tell you about this light. The light stayed in the sky. As the sun was getting ready to set, the light, it moved towards the sun. So say for instance, as the sun moved, this white light just stayed up in the sky. It was the only white light in the sky. So once the sun started to set, that white light
we have a little bit of a glitch. You might have to repeat. You're gonna have to repeat it. There's a glitch or something. You're breaking up. There's a little bit of a glitch on TikTok here, I think. Are you there? This is Encounters. We're having a little bit of a technical glitch. Okay. I think you had bad Wi-Fi connection in that one area.
Yeah, it's where I'm at. It's the location. So let me get up out of this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hear me?
Now you're much better. Much better. Okay, no glitch.
So as the sun was setting, this white light, it took the place of the sun. And once the sun set, that white light started to glitz like a diamond in the sky. Literally, it started glitzing.
Nope, you're still getting a glitch. Are you in an area where there's not much Wi-Fi connection? You're getting a glitch on. Hey, Ashley, you're getting a glitch.
I'm in a bad location.
Yeah, you need to. Is there an area where the Wi-Fi is better for you? Yeah, he's in an area where the internet's not too good. We will hear his story as soon as he gets into a. Oh, yeah, he was in a bad area. We'll hopefully have him back. That's a bummer. Yeah, I think you need to, if you need to go outside. Go outside. Go out of the building because you're in a some sort of cement building. It's cutting out your ability to broadcast. You're watching Encounters. We're gonna have him back on. He's just in a bad spot, And I'm with the Ash Trucker Man. My name is CmdrAleon. I'm a host of WESU's Cosmic Eye Ash Trucker Man radio show, Sunday mornings for over 21 years. I'm also the man from Mars. I come from Mars, which is populated 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I'm here on mission Earth. I came to Earth to do mission work. I don't know where the person went. I lost him. I hope he comes back. I'm going to bring James on. There was a woman that wanted to come on, and I want to make sure. I'll bring James on in a minute, but I want to find out who Dawn is. But Dawn, I wish to know if anybody wishes to come on the show, I need to give me a sentence in the comments section. Dawn, can you tell us what you want to talk about? Because I know you were next in queue. Can you tell us what you wish to share? Good morning, Morgan. So Dawn, can you tell us what you wish to share? And then I'll bring James on, who wishes to join us. And then Orion says, I've had several encounters. Okay, let me take a look here. Orion, I'm going to follow you, and we'll try to bring you on too, if you wish. Dawn, can you tell me what you wish to share with our audience? And again, anyone who comes on, these are the protocol of my interviews. You have to be over 18, no kids, no foul language, no smoking of any sort, no drugs, drinking, or whatever. And no paranormal discussion. That there's tons of other paranormal folks out there, okay? And so, Dawn, I need to know if you can type in on the comments section here what you wish to share. I need to know that first. And then if I don't hear Dawn tell me anything, then we just want to make sure, we're trying to keep the show as high quality as we can. And we've had things before. We had trolls get on here and we had to knock them right off. So the commander is very conscious of everything around me. I just typed you. Oh, you just typed me. Okay. I'm going to take a chance, Dawn, to bring you on here. I don't know. I'm not saying what you. Oh, well, just we're gonna bring you on here, Dawn, and see what Dawn has to contribute here to Encounters. This is the Spiritual UFO #1 talk show. Dawn, good morning, I should say, not good evening. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. And what did you want to share with us on our show this morning?
Well, first of all, I've been hearing a lot about April 8th, and I'm a little confused. And I wanted to know, do you see anything happening on April 8th?
Well, I've been watching a lot of the people producing all kinds of videos on YouTube and here on TikTok. There's a lot of
Right,
content creators, so I don't put a lot of emphasis, a lot of emphasis on what they're creating,
okay,
and I'm being guided not to. Some people, there's a lot of agendas out there with these produced videos. If they
right,
come from a religious perspective, they're talking about, from a religious point of view, biblical things. If they're not biblical, they're talking about something else. So I basically have been disciplined not to watch any, really concentrate on any of those people. I would say
right,
that my perspective about April 8th, and I know people are going to ask me this question, so I will give you a perspective from an Ashtar Command perspective, which I
okay,
represent, and that will be a completely off-planet perspective. All right. My perspective is that April 8th is going to be a point in time where people will be activated to see things beyond what they understand. This is what I'm going to
right,
tell you. And I'm glad you
okay.
came up here to ask me that question because I haven't
Thank you.
really, I've been kind of hedging away from it. But I got to give a independent perspective from the Ashtar Command. And I know they're
Okay,
listening to me and they're watching the show right now as I'm speaking. So here's what my perspective is about April 8th. It's a chance for the whole planet to look at things beyond their own perspective. It's a time for people to wake up, to understand that there's a big universe out there. That what this means, this solar eclipse is essentially saying, wake up, look up, see the universe. Don't get so ingrained in your 3D minds. Earth
mhm,
humans are so ingrained in their 3D minds that they've messed up the planet because of that. So what's
right,
going to happen on the 8th is for people to focus on inner guidance. I call it the higher self, the inner guidance. That's a good time for reflection. It's going to be a major transformational energy switch. That's what I get for April 8th. In terms of all
okay,
these other agendas, that the people with the doom and gloom agendas and all that other garbage, I say it the way it is, you know?
mhm,
Um, and I'm gonna, so I want you to understand. I don't want anyone to be in fear or hiding in their basements on April 8th because that's not what it's about. We're going into a very major transformational period on our planet, and it's time for me to share these things with you because it's time for the people of Earth to know these things. There's a lot of things I know that I haven't shared. I've been the questioner, the interviewer, the person that does the program, but I have knowledge here that people need to understand. I want people not to be listening to all these people on YouTube and TikTok who are telling you, oh, the world is going to be falling apart or splitting up. It's just not true. It's just not
mhm,
true. Okay.
okay,
I want you to feel at peace with yourself. I want you to feel a sense of understanding with yourself that when you watch my show, and I hope you watch it, I'm on at 11 o'clock normally at night, but I'm trying to do morning shows, that you have
mhm,
nothing to worry about. What you need to do is just center yourself. I think most what people need to do is go within, whether they're looking at the eclipse or not. It's more important that people self reflect on what they are, who they are. And I think that's a period that is going to be transformational. If people take the opportunity on April 8th, and not just on April 8th, every single day now, people need to get together with their inner guidance. Get out of the brain, get into the heart. I can't stress enough how important it is to get out of here and get in here. When I say heart, I'm not talking about the physical heart that makes you breathe. I'm talking about the spiritual heart. You see?
right. You've been very informative. I appreciate your comments.
Oh, thank you. And are you a
Mhm.
new watcher of the show?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm following you, and I'm glad you're here. I'm usually on at 11, but I am trying to do some morning shows because I know it's a
Yes.
different audience, and I'm trying to
Right.
make people more aware that I am here with the Ashtar Command. I am a talk show host on NPR Radio, and I do workshop. I did a lot of things that my bio is extensive. Well, I want to thank you for being here, and I appreciate that question. I want you to know, don't listen to any of the other stuff you see on TikTok, the fear-based stuff. It's just people's agendas, people's perceptions of reality, and yeah, just go within yourself. That's the most important thing you can do.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for
And,
having me.
oh, you're welcome, Dawn. And I'm going to bring James up here, who was on my show
Okay.
last night, and he had, and I did a lot of pushback with James recently. I really, really clobbered him from an Ashtar Command perspective. We're going to bring him on here. He had, if you've not seen him last night, my show from last night is going to be transferred onto my YouTube channel today. I just haven't had a chance to do it. I'm going to bring James up, and he had communications again with the angelic beings, and I'm going to bring him on. James, good morning.
Commander, good morning.
Good morning, James. And how are you feeling this morning after last night's experience you had?
Man, Commander. What we've had so many people on the shows, and when those people come on the shows and they're having like these downloads and it's almost like uncontrollable, and they just start talking manic and fast, and they've got all this information flowing out of their mouth. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like I just I got so much that I have to say and share,
Yeah,
and
yeah. You're getting
I'm
downloaded.
trying to categorize it
Yeah.
because there's so much information to share. But importantly, I went to sleep last night on a meditation,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as I got onto your live this morning, the first thing that you said was, I have mission work to do. And you're not going to believe that last night I had a message that Commander has mission work to do. And that I need to show you love and support, and through the good, the bad, and the ugly, because Commander, your importance, you call it busting the matrix. You have your own phrasing for it.
Yeah, my phrasing is butts and matrix.
But the mission that the Ashtar Command has for you and the mission that the angels have for you are starkly different, but essentially the same.
Right. I just use wordage, which is
Yeah,
essentially
it's
it's the way I use
it's
the wordage, but it is.
it goes beyond what we're even thinking. Like I know we're all striving for like quote unquote contact, and you are going to get your contact,
Oh yeah, we already know that.
but the striving needs to be for more of something from within, from us. Like you just said it, the heart, the
Yeah.
you know
Without the heart,
that
there,
that
the
love,
mental,
that
the mental part.
acceptance.
Yeah, the mental thing has messed humans up on this planet. The mental thing, as I said, if you want to go shopping in a market for your groceries and itemize your bills, the brain is great for that. But the brain messes people up when it comes to conflicting with the spirit of who we truly are. It always does. It questions
Right.
everything. There's nothing wrong with questioning, but sometimes I push back on people because they, what are you doing?
Well,
You're
it's not what you question, it's how we are questioning each other, how
right,
we are approaching each other, how we are
right.
interacting with each other.
Yes.
Those are the important parts of life. It don't matter if I don't agree with you, like me and Commander, we do not agree with each other sometimes, but we never lash out and yell at each other. And the
But
same love and respect I show Commander, I got to show everybody else.
But I also meditated, and I last night after you shared that experience, I said, James just got his mind blown away. His brain got blown away. He just had something happen to him in all the conflicting things I've had with James, and I did push back on James really hard. And after that, look what happened. He had this experience the other night that really it was profound. I mean, he never had that experience before, and it definitely, like I told him, you're going to have more experiences on a cosmic galactic level now, because now you're
Well, Commander,
operating
my
from the.
head is killing me today.
It probably is. You're getting
My
downloaded a lot of.
like when you start crying and you just cry a lot, and then afterwards how your head
Yeah.
feels after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where
Mm-hmm.
I'm at,
Oh yeah,
and
and that's well, you have a lot to absorb. You're going to be so much. You're going to have to take time to just and take it easy, because
yeah,
now you're connecting with all the galactic levels that you didn't do before. You're going to be downloaded with so much information. Take your time, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to meditate, and then make notes of the things you're learning from this experience, because it's going to be a major switch in your consciousness. It already is.
it is it's letting me, because I have a Superman complex. If like in this situation, guys, and I'll I'm open to be honest with Commander. I was coming from a point of, hey, I feel like I have to protect the commander, and that's all good and well natured and all of that, but it's not my job.
Right. And
The
sometimes when he thought,
universe,
and sometimes when he thought he had to protect me, I pushed back and had to push back on him, because the protection he was giving me in some ways was not what I needed, because
it's
I
not.
didn't
Yeah,
need
it's
it.
not my place. My place is to
Right.
pray for commander, love commander, and what happens happens. What is it is, and what will be.
And with
And
him,
nothing that I
yeah,
can do in this insignificant life,
right,
it should be, no
right,
energy should be spent on not furthering
right,
the understanding of what's going on around
right.
us cosmically,
Now,
spiritually.
and in your
uh,
cosmic experience, you see, this is why I pushed back on you, because I knew things you didn't even know were going to happen. Like, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I said, the cosmic levels of light are going to bust your mind up. And there are times when the commander pushes back on even my closest friends, because they're not seeing what I see. You see, now he's seeing something that I see, and he's having a profound experience. So,
and the energy was taking was it shifted me in a way, because now where I still feel like I have that Superman complex,
yeah,
now I feel like I'm more equipped to handle it,
yeah,
especially parasocially over TikTok, because
yeah.
um, it if I feel that something's not right, it's just gonna be a simple, hey commander, this is how I feel. You process it, and I'm going to move on,
Right,
because all we can do as individuals is state our thoughts, state our perceptions, and sometimes our perceptions are um, not always right. Sometimes our
right. That's
guts,
right. See,
and that gut
that's a
feeling
beautiful
that we
thing.
have is
Yes.
a good feeling to have, but
Right.
we don't need to let, if we're seeing something, we're like, hey, we don't agree with that, or I don't believe you, or I think
Right.
you're lying.
Right.
Simply let cosmic handle that, because
Right.
us on earth, we can all call each other out for all of our bull crap,
Right.
right?
And sometimes James, when I push back on James, and I did it on purpose, because sometimes, because you sometimes would work from your mind, from your mental state of consciousness, to push back on someone else. And I knew, when I knew he was not operating in his spiritual self, that's when I pushed back on him. And then last night, again, I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen, but I quietly said, let him experience something, let him have a profound experience. And look what happened for James. He had this most profound experience, where he realizes now that you can't always rely on what you think is being the truth, because thinking is thinking from the brain. He's coming from the heart now, having this profound experience with the angelic realm. And that's the most profound experience and the most beautiful experience you can have. And you did.
Right.
And it's not even over yet. It's just beginning.
No, yeah, I
It's
was
like
gonna
you're like
say,
it's like you're a little kid in the galactic classroom saying, wow, I've been operating through the mind, being this person I think I was supposed to be, and now I'm being, shown things because I asked for it. Boy, did you get it, right? You did get what you asked for, didn't you? Are you there? I hope I didn't blow him away just now. I know my energy's amped up here. James, you all right? You there? James?
Yeah, there we go. I lost
I thought
connection.
for
I
some
lost
reason I thought
connection
we were
there
gonna
for a
have
minute.
only weird things can happen on my show in a good way. So I
Well,
was
let me
just
ask
did
you
you
a question. Do you want me to share some information I received after the show tonight, or do you want
oh,
me
okay.
to give it to you right now?
James, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, was your phone just ringing?
Yeah, my phone just rang.
Okay,
I
I
was
just want
saying,
to make sure.
do you want me to give you the information now on your morning show, or do you want me to save it for your night show?
Let's do it for the morning show because tonight is going to be Ash Turkman
Okay.
Q&A. So let's do it now.
Oh yeah, tonight's your Ashtar. So listen to this. Everybody, everybody in the cosmic, I'm gonna call it the you have the Ashtar command. I was in contact with what I'm gonna call intergalactic council.
Yeah,
Okay, an intergalactic council is gonna be hanging out on April 13th, and they are aware of the intention of the event. After your evidence is revealed, because I think I might know what's going to happen. After your evidence is revealed, I'm going to write a message, and I'm going to here wait, I'm going to take a picture.
yeah,
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to write something down right now
yeah.
for everybody.
And just to let people know
Okay.
before you continue, April 13th, and believe me, I've been getting downloaded and downloaded like crazy for the last, I can't even say how many days. I just know that the weather, it's raining in New England weather-wise till Friday. Saturday is going to be no rain. We're going to have partly clear skies during the day and the evening. We have people coming from all over the place for this event that are emailing me in New England and in the lower New York area. We're making sure, and I'm very clear about this, that people must come with a cosmic Christed sense of understanding, spiritual peace, come with love in their heart. We don't want people that are coming just for, the joy of it or to be, tourists or, spectators. It's not a spectator thing. This is for people to come together because this is the most profound event that we are coming together with. And April's going to be with me here and her daughter. We have Kit Kat coming from Long Island. I'm hoping Johnny can make it from New Jersey. This is going to be a very profound, very important, significant event, not just for us, but it's for you. It's not just for us. It's for everybody on the planet. I don't care if you're on YouTube, on Instagram. What we're doing here is going to be a very profound experience, and we're going to be broadcasting it. I'll have my tripod there. My coordinator, Greg, and his wife, they don't have any TikTok. He knows what's happening. He's very aware of it. My friend Colin Andrews could not make it. He's a well-known crop circle researcher. You might have heard Colin Andrews. I've sent him pictures of everything documented. He's very excited, but he cannot make it. So there's a lot of people that are aware of what's happening here, that both on and off of TikTok, that I have a lot of connections, more than people know. And my friend Athena in California and the people out there, my friend who's in Hollywood, he's a producer. He's produced a lot of movies. He's very aware, and I think he's speaking at some UFO conferences out west. But there's a lot of people who are aware of what's going to be happening on the 13th, and it's going to be very profound, brothers and sisters. It really will be. James, go
It's
ahead.
going to change command. It's going to change Commander's life, and I don't think he understands the gravity of about what's about to happen within the next 10 days, because after his experience, he's gonna have an experience, and I'm gonna share a message with him.
Yeah, and the original team, also
and
what Grace is saying, and the original team, yeah, of course, yeah.
and when I share my message, so I wrote down this little paper, everybody saw it. I put April
Mm-hmm.
13th 9:52 a.m. I'm writing this down, and when my message and Commander's message match up, it's gonna blow his mind.
And it's going to probably blow your mind too. Well,
I already know
your
if
mind's
you
already been
receive the
blown.
same message I receive, yes, it will blow my mind, because this is all really indicative on everything that you're hoping to happen happens. So with that being said, I want to say this too. I
Yeah,
know that April said she couldn't get her she needed to get an oil change.
she's
People have
getting down
reached out.
here.
I was going to say, somebody reached out and said that to tell April to go get the oil change, and they'll reimburse her for the full oil change.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, that's
So,
what
and
it's all
it's a
about.
friend of the show. It's a friend of the show,
Oh, good.
and but she wants to remain anonymous. But she said
That's fine.
she'll get in contact with you, Commander. She's watching the
Fine.
show right now.
Yeah, we just want to keep those kinds
So
of things anonymous.
you just let April know to go ahead and get it, and we'll get it. She'll get reimbursed. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll message her and let her know that.
But yeah, you gotta have this event. The event has to happen, and I'm gonna say this: the event has to happen, good, bad, or ugly, because no matter what happens on, as far as like seeing things, I'm not worried about that. That's not my concern anymore.
That's a given.
My concern
So,
is getting Commander on his mission work, and that when we talk about that and what this man's purpose is cosmically, it's gonna bust his matrix.
it's probably going to blow people's minds. So I understand that I do know what my mission is, but I think my mission, as even though I'm here, I've never ever would say to anybody I've stopped learning. I never say that I've stopped learning. I'm always learning, always expanding consciousness. Connie says, "How can I help?" That's a good question, Connie. Let me reflect on that, meditate on that question. But let me just say this. My mission here on Earth, when I came here from the Ashtar Command as a Christed being of light from Mars, is that I knew when I came to Earth, when I was a baby, I couldn't speak. But I knew I had abilities, and I kind of, took the abilities and put them on the side when I was growing up. I just had a regular kid's life. I'm human, just like James is, just like all of us are, right? But at the same token, when I woke up and started getting activated, there's so much more to learn, and I always tell people in this life that I live, I never stop learning from the human experience, but also I am not just human. I am also knowing I'm on mission here, and I'm still learning and waking up to more things that I have to do. So as much as I know now, I don't say, well, now I know everything, because nobody can say that, James. Nobody, any of us can say we know everything, right? We're always expanding.
Yeah. And
so,
you know what though? This isn't even a question of what do we know.
Right. That's right.
Oh, look what Alan said. Repent and turn to Jesus. I
I've had Alan on the
would put
show
it in
once.
those words, but
Yeah,
essentially, yes, a spiritual repentance. I am going through a spiritual repentance right now, and I am humbled. I am accepting. I'm definitely a lot calmer in my spirit.
And that was,
And
did that happen to you from last night after that whole thing happened?
yeah,
Yeah, it definitely happened, right? Now, I've had Alan on the show. He and I, he's a good soul.
yeah,
He wants people
I'm
to
saying
repent to Jesus.
he's right. Essentially, he's right.
You know,
Guys, what is I'm not trying to take away from ETs and encounters, because it is a very integral part of disclosure and all of that. But there is so much more going on.
yeah. And
So
also,
much more good. So much more good.
Yeah, and I want people to know Jesus from a non-religious, because people know where I stand with religions on earth. They're all man-made, and I would definitely say get out of religion. What I do say is the only religion is the religion of love. That's what the cosmic being Jesus teaches, and Jesus, his whole teaching is that we have to love one another. And people didn't understand that. That's why he was so hated in his time period when he came to Earth as a star being. They didn't understand him. His whole mission was when he went to India, the lost teachings of India, in India, when he went there, when he went to the indigenous tribes, what we call North America, he did meet with people in other parts of our planet. And but there were people that did not like him, just like there are people now. If you are a light worker, if you work in Christ consciousness, there are people that either understand you or want to learn, or there are people that just like in religions, they'll condemn you for being who you are. And I told people, people have to be who they are. Be true to yourself. Come out,
Well,
for
well,
me,
I got to tell you, Commander, what they told me about religion was the only thing that religion has right. Well, not the only thing, but one of the things that religion has right is when they talk about um, singing a joyful noise unto the Lord, singing a happy tune. And now you guys know Commander, what does Commander do?
I sing.
Commander sings happy tunes. And
Yeah, I
there
do.
is a power behind that, everybody. This is not semantical. Whether you're saying praise God, praise Jesus, or I love you, or
Right.
whatever, when we physically, audibly sing a joyful noise unto the Lord or unto spirit, that breaks down a vibration that allows for spirit to come in. Now, I'm not saying it's a religious thing,
No.
but the religious practice
Okay.
has it right.
Like for example, right now, I'll give an example what he's talking about. Thank you and please support what I do. I appreciate you. If you're gonna support me on my Cash App, go to my Cash App. Somebody used a different app. I don't even know how to use it. Go to my Cash App on Venmo. You can donate on my Venmo directly. So I certainly hope people will do that. I will sing a song here just to show you exactly an example of what James has heard me do. So this is going to be a galactic song, okay? Usually when I sing a song, I just create them out of my consciousness. Always, if you watch me do this, I will do this for you. I have no idea what the words will be, but you will hear this right now. I'm going to give people an example of how I do this, okay? I love to sing, but I'm going to give you an example because every song I sing when I do this is a message. Here it goes. As we come together in this universal light, as we come together and we see our light, as we come together from all over the universe in this human existence, and we will be the first to admit who we are, that we are from the stars. We are galactic human beings, and we can be from any planet beyond this existence we know. And I love you, so I love you with all my open arms. I love you in Christ consciousness. I love you unconditionally. There is no guilt in anything. I love you for who you are. But I hope that you'll expand your consciousness, because if you do that, you'll go to the stars. There's that song. That's it. I just made it up.
And guys, it's as simple as that. If you don't feel the energy shift around you and you sing, but now it can't be Commander singing for you. You got to sing for yourself.
So I'm just giving you an example of how the commander works. My songs come from the universe. I don't have to mentally think about it. I just create the songs, and they just come right out. That's the way it works. As simple as that. This is why I teach people and I push back on people when they think too much, because sometimes they think they're right, and thinking could be the whole enemy of how you get into understanding universal consciousness, love, and Christ, and all the beautiful things that we have to see in the universe. We're about to go and embark on this planet on a journey, folks, that no human being has ever existed to see in this current lifetime, with billions of people on the planet, billions, right? And we're looking at our audience here, but we have billions of people that are just not aware of what's going on yet. And we have so many things that are coming ahead now that you never thought you'd see in this lifetime. I'm telling you, it's going to be a most profound experience for every single person. And I say this with complete love in my heart always. And when I say to people at the beginning of my show and at the end of my show that I love you, I say that because I do. I might not even know who you are, but I am a person that loves you in ways that you do not even understand. The Ashtar Command loves you. The Christ loves you in ways you might not even understand. Now, everything I speak of comes from a completely non-3D realm of understanding, right? Comes from a complete understanding of who we are and where we're going. And with James, his experience last night was profound because I know James and I know how his mind thinks because I know him like if he were a brother of mine physically. I know his mind thinks. Now his mind is going to be shifting. His consciousness is shifting. He is not even done with his own experiences. He's going to be having things happen to him that he's never in his life have happened. I know this.
Essentially, Commander, this morning I feel like I'm walking on a whole different plane of existence. I feel that it's like you ever see that movie Lucy, or like the movie where the guy takes the pills and his like brain enhances and he could like remember everything? And
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm using more of my brain and less of my brain at the same time. I don't know if that makes any type of sense.
You are going to be using less of your brain because you've been using too much of your brain. You're going to use less of your brain and you're going to be a happier camper because you're using less of your mental abilities and you're going into the very center of your being. That's why that's what's happening with you.
I mean, I'm remembering things, and you know, this message for you, Commander, and this your quote mission work is not it's not to be taken lightly, people. And you know, Commander is, you know, essentially building a team, and around the team, he is going to be challenged, and he is going to go all of that. And all we have to do is just sit back and watch. Just sit back and watch. Let's not. I mean, yeah, we can question and we could have our discernment and all of that, and we will verbalize it, but we are not going to let our personal feelings towards somebody else's experience, whether they're true or fake, change any way of how we interact with Commander and support the mission work that he's going to have to do after this, after April 13th, because April 13th is just the beginning.
Yeah, well, and April 13th is, in a sense, just the beginning for the whole grouping of us. You know, everyone who's coming physically there, everyone's going to be loved and hugged as I would always want people to be. And also, the other thing is that within 6 months, okay, and again, this is not exclusive, and as April has stated, and I've talked to her numerously about this, that all over the world, there's going to be these, what we call grids, maybe grid's not the right term, but there'll be a grid of 5 people. And whether it be in Sweden or Denmark or England or China or Japan, there are going to be groups, just like here, and that's happening here with us, that are going to exist. They're going to be selected by the Ashtar Command. They know who they're going to somehow select, these people and that have been humble, that are loving, that live in that very essence of love, and they will know who they are. And as they pick those people, whether they speak French or whatever, it doesn't matter. There's going to be groupings, let it call it the first Christed wave of light, of people that are going to go on the ships, come back to Earth. Then there's going to be eventually more waves of people. So understand this as being, when we come back again, the mission work is going to get even more intense because there's 5 of us in this group. Kit Kat's here, Johnny in New Jersey, April, and the 5th person that we're going to be eventually revealed once we get confirmation of it. And we don't know who
And
this
I'm not
person
the
is.
5th person.
No, you're not the 5th person. No, he's not. But there's going to be a 5th person, and I want people to know, so importantly, that we are not going to be dreaming about this. We're not going to be, sitting around, in a meditation room. We're going to be invited, and I use that word very importantly. We're invited by our family. Now, this other thing you have to understand, which I truly understand because of who I am, my biological parents passed away. My mother, my father, they're not here. My physical earth parents. But I want you to understand that you have parents that are not from Earth. If you are a starseed, if you are awakened, you have parents off planet. Did you know that? Did you ever? I mean, I know it's going to shatter some people's belief systems about how we biologically are born and how we have our mothers, our fathers, our aunts, our uncles, our cousins, We have all that here. We do. But do you know that you have that off planet with your star family? And when I use the word specifically that, I have April has met my father, my mother, my 2 sisters, my brother. I am looking forward to that contact. I have actually quietly been meditating. I'm very centered. I'm very patient. I know I tend to be impatient sometimes as a human being, but I'm also being very patient. And within 6 months, not generally, but within 6 months with the 5 of us, we will all together be invited on the ship. So it could be for 2 months. Now, when I say we're off the planet for 2 months, I don't mean that we're off the planet here and we're in 2 months, we're not here with our families. 2 months in space is different than Earth time. So
Oh,
whether it be
wait. Yes. Oh my gosh, Commander, it's so important that you said that. My experience last night, it bended time and space because
yes,
the amount of time that I was spending talking with this guy about essentially, and I'm like confessing all of my sins because I was just so blown away. I just felt like I
right.
had to, oh God, I had to confess and repent and all of these things.
Oh my
And
God.
then, you know, in reality, it was only like a 30-minute
30 minutes.
thing, but when I was like watching the world, I guess you could say, it was like hours and hours and hours. Like I have terabytes worth of data in my mind when I should only have megabytes. It's
Right.
weird.
And the thing is, when you're talking about repenting, they were telling you, forget about the religion. We're here to show you some things that are going to blow your mind. It has nothing to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
with your
yeah.
religion.
Not the repenting in the spiritual way, but
Right, right.
but remember what I said last night.
Hmm.
Our souls and our spirit after each lifetime is going to be weighed and measured. This was they drilled me about this. We will be weighed and measured for our hearts, our actions, the conscious actions, right?
Right.
Not the id. Remember, I said not the psychology, not our mental health issues. No, we
Hmm.
are not going to be judged for me going on a live and talking shit about somebody. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're not
Well,
going to go. I'm not going to get judged for that. I'm going to get judged for how I handled the situation moving forward.
and also and again, understand that on the spiritual level, the galactic forces, whether it be in your case the angelic beings that contact you, they're looking to see where your vibrational patterns is,
Right.
and that
Yeah. The
it's not
intentions.
that it's not so much judging you as a human being. They want to
Right.
see this has nothing to do with religion. It has to do where is your vibrational level right now. What they're judging is, if and maybe judging is not the word to use, what they're looking at and observing would be a
I'm
better
calling it
word.
weighing and measured.
Yeah, so I'm going to say they're, I'm saying they're observing. Let's say James. I'll use him as my pupil. They're observing you, James, to see where you're going to go with all this now. Where are you going to go in your consciousness now? Where are you
Right.
going to, So for James, I'm using him as an example, not because I'll use him as a porn, but he had this experience. So I'm basically saying, as a student looking at you, you are now, it takes time. You have so much stuff coming at you and
Yeah.
something you've never profoundly experienced that you are going to have to take time, and you will through meditation. There'll be no more anger because you had a lot of anger in you, that you obviously realize you did.
Yeah, and you
And
know what they were, it was almost like a therapy session. They were like,
mhm,
James, you have passion, but your passion is channeled incorrectly.
right,
Because and they said, James, your passion is intense. They're like, your love, the way that you love people, you need to, don't take it for granted, but you need to temper how you're doing it, because you can be
right.
received, your love can be received more easily through, you get more bees with honey.
Right. And now I can tell by I read energy, and James, I read energy because you've seen me read energy. That's part of why I came off planet. When I came to Earth, they gave me some of my abilities when I was a little kid, and they became more activated now, of course, as an adult. So as I read your energy, as if I didn't even know you, let's act as if I didn't know you, you are going to be less angry. A matter of fact, one of the things I think the angelic being and those that you're getting interactive with is you're going to be going into a state of total peace and bliss in your consciousness now. You're going to act differently with people, not only on TikTok, but in your regular earth life. Your perception of how you interact with people, you're going to take a step back. Whoops, I have to plug this in. What did it? Oh, wait a minute. Don't have to do anything. Wait a minute. This stupid TikTok thing. TikTok has a verification thing that I have to, like a puzzle. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so you're going to in the days ahead, when you see people and when you see everything around you, you're going to look at life way differently than you have previously to this point of last night. You're going to be looking at things, and I'm reading your energy and giving you information too. You're going to look at people way differently all over the place. And in many cases, there's going to be times when you're going to have tears in your eyes because you're going to see who you were, and you're going to say, wow, was I this person? Was I this earth person before? And now look at what happened to me. I asked for it, and look what happened. Sometimes people, when you ask for something and you really, actually, truly are asking, the universe does hear you, and the universe does respond. And it did respond with you, James, last
Well,
night.
I asked him why. Because, guys, honestly, I was looking for ET contact. I was not looking for a spiritual, angelic type experience. That's not what I was looking for. And I said, while I was talking with the guy, it was like, why did I get this interaction? And he said, because your heart was in the right place. He said, your heart's always in the right place, James. He said, we need to rein you in here, dude. They're like, you got love and you have courage. That was a big thing, courage. And they say, you need to learn how to temper this, man. You need to learn how to channel this stuff better, because you're doing good, but you could be doing a whole lot better.
Right, right. And that's
So
the
it's like
point is what.
we have to have that intention of,
Mhm.
because what was I doing? I'm like, hey, I need to get some pictures for a commander. That was my thing. Like,
Right, right.
I want to
Well, you
show
did.
people,
Yeah.
that there's something out there, in a 4K picture structure, because
Right.
with the pyramids and stuff. I mean, that was a clear 4K. I mean, I don't think I've seen
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
clearer picture than that.
Right.
And
And matter of fact, on my YouTube channel, at some point today, I will have that show from last night. It'll be on my YouTube channel. If you don't know what my YouTube channel is, folks, it's Ashtar Command Spaceship News. All my encounter shows are there, and I'll have all that on there for people that missed last night's show. Also, just to let people know, I'll be here till about 10:30, and then I have to sign off and get out of here. But this is some of the stuff, James, if you want to show them. We'll have our Ashtar Command contact tonight, which we do on Friday nights. So the command will facilitate watching the show as they always do tonight at 11 p.m. Okay. So, yeah. And also, by the way, We have 6 more hats available with the mustache. So please show your support for what I do here and the mission work. If you have TikTok coins and you can afford to use a TikTok coin, if you see that hat with the mustache, we have 6 available. That will help in the work I do here on this broadcast Encounters. And this is, James, you want to share what that is? I mean, I already know what it is, but you want to share?
That, ladies and gentlemen, that is an angel Christed, or an angel entity being person. And you can see here's his head right here, here's his shoulders, here's like he had these 2 sashes coming down, and you can see his hands tucked into his little robe thing, and you can see his robe coming down here. And then you could see he had like a table behind him, and you could see all these ETs in the back sitting back here, and they're all like, "What the heck is going on?" Because and there's like a shield type of thing. It was, I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
guys look.
And you can see if James, yeah. So you can see the body of the angel. And also, just to let people know about angels, there's all kinds of angels in the universe, right? Not all the angels are connected with the Astro Command, but there are angelic planets. And I learned this from Ashtar Athena, my friend in California, years ago when she lived in Sedona.
The eye.
She said, yeah, you can see the eye, that there are angels.
Well, no, you can see that there's a reflection of somebody's eye behind the, show the spaceship. Yeah.
Yeah, before he gets into that, I just want to just finish my point. There are angelic worlds, there are angelic realms where there are planets where the angels have families. Believe it or not in every case, but there is angelic planetary systems that are that have actual families. Thank you.
The picture of the craft.
That's a spaceship.
The little window right here. This here is like the section, like where it would be like if it was a saucer. This is the saucer part right here. This is like a little hole underneath, and this is like looking up into the craft.
Yeah, that ship, if you look at it, and I had time to observe it and review it, which I do with everything, it is almost looks like there's metal, but it looks almost like a translucent glass type spaceship from the way the lighting is perceived when you look at the picture.
Right. Where's that? I got the underneath picture from underneath.
It looks like a green bottle. Yeah, you can definitely say that. That's the bottom of the spaceship that he had. What kind of camera were you using? And
I was using this camera right here. Well, the backside, the regular camera.
But how were you able? How far up was the spaceship, and how did you get to zoom in?
I said this thing must have been higher, 35, 40,000. It was high.
Right, but how did you get? You must have a good camera. How did you get that camera to bring in the?
I don't think it's a good picture at all. Well, I don't think it's a good picture, but I'm just saying that's the most zoom in and enhancing that I can do.
Yeah, there is a little. You're going to get a blurriness on any spaceship picture because of our.
It looked to me, to the human eye, it looked like a star.
Right, but I
can see that it was in the atmosphere.
Right, but you got the close-up picture where you can see it's not a star. Thank you, Diana. You can see it's not a star. That's what I'm saying. You were able to zoom in as much as it might be a little bit blurry.
Yeah, you can see the full circle of.
You can see the full circle, yeah.
It was like a dang UFO.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, I got the side view. I got the side view of it.
I think my cat's doing something. Give me one moment here. What's going on here? Oh well, that's really weird. Oh, right. I thought somebody was tugging on my seat here for a minute. I thought it was a cat.
Here's the this is the unenhanced picture. This is what when the craft was sideways, this is the unenhanced picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then the enhanced picture is the other one that I showed you here. Same picture, just one's enhanced, one's not.
And that, yeah, that's
That's the craft that was hanging out watching. Hold on. It's not loading it.
um,
There we go. That's the enhanced picture of it.
yeah. See, and that's how beautiful that craft is, you know. And again, people have to understand when we see pictures that our friends take that are having these experiences. Again, the camera lens of an Earth-based camera is going to be affected by the vibrational patterns of that spaceship. They always are, you know. So you
No,
can have the
yeah, I was
best
out.
camera.
I was in the woods, Deborah. I was in a pretty secluded area.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, so when we get these pictures, understand, you know, for example, you know, people say, and I'm going to show you something here in comparison, just to give you. I have a few more minutes here. Let me just do this here. What's going
And
on
there's the
here? This.
picture, guys, of the pyramids through the portal.
Mhm. So just like I'm gonna just give you this experience here. So when we take pictures, this is from April's security camera from about over 2 weeks ago after a big snowstorm. This is a weather ship, an Astro Command spaceship. So people say, well, it's not, you know, Commander, how come it's not clear enough? Just like with James's picture, the cameras can only pick up so much, and the vibrational energy from the ships will affect our technology in our cameras and our cell phones. So these are actually pretty good pictures. You know, you have to admit, I mean, it's just our
Well, but
technology.
here's the 4K picture. Here's the one where
Yeah.
you can see the sand. You can see like the wind, like how the wind has affected the sand. You could
Mm.
see the particles. You can see the pyramids. You can see
Yeah.
the large pyramid. You can see the moon of the planet. You can see the sun right
Yeah.
here. I mean,
I'm
ah,
going back to my thing.
that's
Let me just go
clear.
back. Yeah. So what he's got, so what they did with him, which is absolutely
I
amazing.
said I need a solid picture.
Right. So he actually had a profound experience. Now I knew days before when I had pushback with James, I knew I didn't tell him anything, but I knew quietly he was going to have something happen in his life galactically and cosmically that would change his consciousness. And look what
Guys, look
happened.
at the
Tell him
pictures of
about the
those
pyramids.
pyramids. Look at these pyramids from these other planets, guys. This is not a CGI or thing. This is
Did,
on my
did
camera
they
roll.
did they tell you yet what the planet was that was on, or have you? You can
Nope. They
ask them
just
yet.
said we're gonna show. They said you want a 4K picture of another planet. We're gonna give you a 4K picture of another planet.
Well, as you have continued communications, James, I always tell this to people. When you have contact like this, and if you're going to have it again, thank you, Venus, for the hanging light. You will actually, you should ask them what planet that was, in what solar system, what galaxy, because
I
this
mean,
is amazing.
you
Yes,
could even see the piece of metal structure they have that like so it's like built in here.
yeah, and this is all not CGI. This
No,
is
hey, guys,
now.
now remember, this picture isn't straight. You have to turn it like this. This line right here, this is the horizon. So this is even land. So the picture is kind of like tilted. So when you tilt it like this and look at it, you can see here's the big pyramid structure.
Mhm,
Here's the one that this is like the size of Giza, and
mhm.
this is the other one. They have three pyramids in this just like ours.
Right, and then this is the big one. Now, somebody just noticed something that I just bring the pyramids back again. Can you bring the picture back of the pyramids? This is something someone noticed, which I think is correct. If you look at the big pyramid and you were able to zoom in on it, it looks like there's ancient writings on the pyramid.
Oh yeah, I have the writing. I have the writing picture too. If you guys want to.
The writing, but I'm talking about the pyramid itself. The
Oh
pyramid, this
yeah, yeah.
pyramid, look at the pyramid,
Sorry,
not the
I'm
writing
looking
you
at it.
have. If you look at the pyramid and you were able to zoom it in, there is actually writing on the pyramid, which I didn't notice. The big one has writing on the pyramid. On the lower portion of that pyramid, there's some sort of writing on it. Do people see that? If you
And to
look
put
clearly,
into context, guys, if I'm standing level and this is the plane, this is like this here, like what I'm standing on is kind of, I'm standing on a structure and the structure is covered with sand.
mhm.
And that's what all this is here, all this sand.
AMP. AMP, the picture of the large green, the pyramid. If you look on the lower angle of the green pyramid, and I am zoomed right in, I wish I could make it bigger. You're seeing writing on the pyramid. Can you see it? Can we read
Yeah,
it? I don't
guys,
know if you
take
can
your
read it.
screenshots. Oh, do yeah.
If you take a
If you send me
screenshot,
your email,
maybe.
I'll send you an unedited copy of the picture.
And that pyramid, if someone zooms it up and they can actually enhance it to get it close enough to see what the writing is, it's probably a writing that is beyond our concept of reality. So yeah, definitely take a picture of it. Maybe someone can examine the picture and get a better understanding. But I'm sure it's some
Oh, here's
language that
the
we don't even understand.
guys. If you don't, here's the zoomed in picture of one of the Giza pyramids, and guys, you can see that pyramid is not a photoshopped picture of one of our pyramids.
Right. And you can also see the orange color on the top right, which I'm assuming, James, is a sun, correct?
Yeah,
On
so
the
from
top.
remember, and so that's that little. There's a little sliver of the moon, and then this picture of the sun. Remember, it's the same angle.
Right.
I was
That's
just
right.
zoomed in to get a really
A matter of
you know
fact,
crisp.
I'm just noticing something now that I didn't notice before. If we took all the green away between the two solid objects that are there, all that green stuff was taken away. That sun is pretty big. If you look at the bottom part of the picture, you see the
No, that
orange.
this is just the light. This is the light from the sun up here.
Oh, it
That their
is. So,
sky, like where our sky looks blue, their sky is
right.
like a pinkish red.
Really? Okay. So the sun is up there and it's reflecting a pinkish red, okay, in their atmosphere. Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's 10:31 and I got to get out of here, unfortunately, folks. I'm going to be on tonight. We're going to be doing our Ashtar Command special with April and myself. And also, the Ashtar Command will be with us on the show. And I say on the show, on the spaceships, they'll be interacting with us. They've actually been starting to speak. Depending on what I'm saying, they'll actually communicate in words. And also, they'll be communicating in music. So you're watching the number one spiritual UFO talk show on the planet right here on Encounters. Now I'm saying the planet versus social media. It's basically on the
And
planet.
might be the number one in the cosmic now because
Oh yeah.
they're watching.
You
They
know
know
what?
all about the.
J-
They know all
J-
about Commander trying to make contact.
let me tell you, the cosmic realm is watching this show. People, I don't know how, I mean, I know from being involved in communications off planet with the command when I worked with crystals, intergalactic communications between spiritual planetary systems. They're watching this show, folks. And whether you believe it or not, right now the Ashtar Command is watching this show. Right now, that the Ashtar Command, the galactic forces are all watching this show. So they don't have to have TikTok. Whatever they're doing to do this, they're able to watch every single show that I'm doing here. And to me, like I said, I don't care whether people believe me or not. Because I had to do that, then I'd be hiding in the closet saying, what did I just say to somebody out here on my show? I am very confident in everything I'm saying here. There's nothing that can stop me from walking on this mountain of work that I'm doing here on the media level of it, on the mission level of it. And I'm here for everybody on this planet. There are many of you that are doing your mission work. I know many of you. I've become friends with you since I've been on here for over a year. And I know you intently are doing your work as well. You all are. And there are many people waking up on my show. So they're watching our show. Our space brothers and sisters are watching this show right now. And they'll be on tonight. You're going to want to watch the show because we're going to reveal things tonight within the Ashtar Galactic Command levels that you don't know about. Okay? We just had an earthquake. Pookie Bear, where are you located? Pookie Bear, where'd you have an earthquake? I know there was an earthquake. We just had an earthquake. New York City. New York City. Pookie Bear's in New York City. She said there was an earthquake in New York City right now. All right, folks, I'm going to have to check that out. Did you feel anything in Long Island? Yes, in Long Island, there was an earthquake. Oh, my God. an earthquake in Long Island. Okay, we're gonna have to get more information on it. I'm gonna be when I go to work. I'll take a look at this. Was it felt? It shook. It shook. Oh wait, I gotta. Okay, let me bring Pookie. There's Pookie here. Oh, it was felt in Carmel, New York. Good thing I'm still on here. So there was an earthquake in New York, Long Island, New York. You're hearing it first here on Encounters. There was an earthquake in New York. You said your leg. Pookie, are you still there? Is there anyone in New York who felt that earthquake? Anybody in New York who felt the earthquake that has enough people to come on here? The epicenter was in New Jersey. Nikki says Rhode Island too felt it. You know what? Maybe that's what I was feeling like. Somebody was pulling my chair. I see. Could it be underground tunnels being blasted? Just a thought. No, it was definitely, everyone felt it. Pookie only has 99 followers, so that's a bummer. Yeah, me too. I felt something. Nikki D. Well, I hope nobody was hurt. I'm definitely going to look at this in the news. No breaking news on any U.S. earthquakes. I mean, if it just happened, there probably wouldn't be any breaking news. If it just happened now, I don't think the news even got any reports going. I don't think anybody was hurt. All right, folks, we're going to be on later tonight at 11 o'clock. Please join us for Encounters, the Ash Turkman Q&A. We will catch you later. Thanks for watching the show. Thank you for your gifts. I love all of you. Have a great day on this Friday, and we'll be back with you, the Commander, tonight at 11. Take care.